Hi everybody, Anna Murphy's here with Mending Hearts Counseling, and welcome back to my channel for another quick little video today. I run into this quote from a book that a fellow therapist shared online, and it really resonated with me, and I wanted to share with you because it's a wonderful reminder of how to make failed relationships or relationships that you find yourself being challenged in to work in your favor, so they don't feel like a burden, so they actually feel like a gift, and you can get the gifts that it's trying to show you and turn them into gold and turn them into exactly what you want to experience in life. So the quote goes something like this: "The greatest defeat is not the end of a relationship, it's the unwillingness to learn from it. Most love relationships end, but the opportunities for growth live on." The simplest way that I can further explain what this two sentences mean are: the unwillingness to learn from a failed relationship is the unwillingness to look into why it didn't work out for you in the first place. And that's where the gold is. So for example, if you were in a relationship where you were kind of being put on the sidelines as far as importance or spending time with or communicating with, if you were someone that was always like last pick to be hung out with or communicated with, and you felt that you were not a priority, then that is the beautiful lesson that was meant to be taken from that relationship, is how to get yourself to a place where you believe that you are worth more, that you are worth to be on a pedestal and to be communicated with in exact way that you want to. So instead of being in the role of like, why me? Why is he or she treating me this way? It's like, oh, okay, I see. I noticed that I am not being treated like a priority. Is there somewhere within myself that I believe this to be true about me? Is there somewhere within myself that I don't think that I should be a priority? Maybe because of an experience that I had in high school, or maybe because that's how I grew up with my parents, because perhaps they were so busy working and trying to make a living that they were not able to give me attention. So I grew up with that mentality, and I found myself in the same situation as an adult. So it's really important to take a love relationship for the opportunities that it gives you of what needs to heal within. Another example of willing to learn from something is, I'll use something from my own experience. I feel because I grew up always getting in trouble and fearing, and that it was always my fault, I found myself in relationships where that was being reflected back to me. So I was kind of like a doormat. I didn't speak what I felt or thought because I had internalized and I had this core belief that everything is my fault. So it took me to do my own healing through schooling, actually, because it was an experiential process, and we had to heal our younger selves, especially if we were ones that were not securely attached as children. I had to look within that and take self-responsibility of why I was allowing people to treat me like that in the first place. It wasn't until I knew within my soul that nothing is ever our fault. Situations and circumstances just happen. Like, as human beings, we try things and sometimes they work and sometimes it doesn't. So if something doesn't work out, I will no longer internalize it as it is my fault. And that changed the dynamic of my relationship as well, because my vibration did not allow for that. So there was a different type of conflict resolution when it came to something that I may tried and it didn't work as my partner had imagined it to be. Instead of me absorbing it as my fault, I was absorbing it as a lesson and an opportunity to learn and see what worked and what didn't, and find a way to just be different in the future. I will continue on with the quote because I think there's a couple more sentences that are really, really beautiful. This is a really big one. This little sentence that says, "We have been conditioned to think that endings are failures, but they are not." It is so often, especially in my culture too, like if you are in a marriage that, say your partner is abusing you physically and mentally, or even just physically, or even just mentally, and you exit that relationship, in my culture, it was very much looked upon as a failure, and that you didn't do everything that you could to save that marriage. And yes, there are ways to try to give your best self to a situation. There are ways to try to give your best self to a relationship. But then if you're giving your best self and you're doing everything and your partner still continues with the mistreating ways, then it is a gift for you to have the power to walk away. It actually does not mean that you're a failure. It means the complete opposite. It means that you know that you are worth more. It means that you have taken the lessons from that relationship because you were willing to learn from it and you have moved on. Again, this is not to say for people to just separate from each other. This is just to say, if you give it all you got and you do your own work within yourself and try to be different in a relationship and you still receive abuse from your partner, then the willingness to learn and move on from that is not a failure. It is actually a blessing. And we are moving further and further away from that belief. And then the third little paragraph I wanted to share is, at this stage of human development, it is all that we can do. This is referring to the learning, to manage our own issues, let alone to unite happily with another. So once we manage our own issues and we become our own soulmate, because the soulmate or someone that we connect with reflects who we are inside. We don't attract the people that we want in our mind. We attract the people that we are. So if you haven't resolved your issues, it is just supernatural to attract a mate that matches who your soul is at the moment. So if you don't think a lot of yourself, you will probably attract someone that will treat you with that same belief that you have about yourself. But once you have the opportunity to grow from that, given what you experienced in a previous relationship, so say you have a relationship where your boyfriend is not committing to you or is not even wanting to be called your boyfriend and is continuing to basically see you on his own schedule, doesn't care to hear you or see you when you want to, it's super conditioned. Then if you pick yourself up from the relationship and find your self-worth and know that this is not what you want to experience, and look for something different with the knowing that you can and you are worth to find something different, and thank this person that showed you what you don't want to experience in the first place and what it is that you need to heal from within, then you can move forward and find someone that resonates more of who you become, not what you want. You have to become what you want in order to receive it from the outside. And just to repeat that last little thought about, we date who we are inside. That is a soul mate, a mate to the soul that we are in that moment, not what we want in our mind. What we want in our mind is a compass to do the work to get there, to change our soul's vibration in order to attract that which we want. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please, as always, send me an email or leave a comment. And I am always happy to interact with you. If there's private sessions that you would like to have with me one-on-one, I do also offer those. So please email me at annamorfides@gmail.com. And if you have a moment, you can check out some more of my videos. There's lots of topics that I cover. And I am always so grateful to have this knowledge and to be sharing it with you. And thank you to all my clients, the people I work with, the people that watch my videos, my family who is supporting me, my immediate family, my outer family and all the relationships that I have had that have helped me to get to where I am today, because they showed me what I did not want to experience. And I'm so grateful that I can now look at you guys and say thank you, as opposed to feeling like a victim. Because if it wasn't for you mistreating me or showing me where my self-worth was lying, I would never be able to be where I am today. So thank you. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and we'll see you next time. And like the video if you do, and subscribe also if you feel called to do the same. Bye.